So here we have the list of enrollments, and here we are going to also make the visibility of the progress of the user in a course, so that the admin or the teacher who has his students will be able to see the progress of each user in his course. Now let's go to the views, enrollments, index, and here we are going to add one more field. It will be a progress field. So enrollment.progress. Actually, it's going to be not enrollment.progress, but we're going to search for this enrollment progress in the course. So we're going to enrollment.course.progress, and the user is going to be the enrollment user, not the current user. Okay, let's see if we have anything. We have it, and now let's make it a number to percentage. Okay, and we're going to have 0 precision. So precision 0. And this way we'll also see the progress of each of the users in the course. Now let's make these buttons to add a review and to delete an enrollment visible to only to the users who can actually delete an enrollment or add a review. So we're going here and we're going to add a policy for it. So if policy enrollment dot edit, then there will be this button to add a review. Now let's make the if statement work, and it works. So you can add a review only to the lessons or to the enrollments that are with your user. And we're going to do the same with our delete method, just like this. So if policy enrollment delete, destroy, like this. Now we're logged in as the admin, so we can destroy any of the enrollments. Let's log in with another user. Let's see all our courses. Let's see the most popular courses. It is course 3 by this user. Let's log in as this user. Okay, so he's going to see his students and he sees the progress of each of the students. He can see the reviews that the students left, but he cannot edit them or he cannot delete them. Now, let's also change this title. It's going to be the course name here. So just for the naming. So the course, and here we'll have the user. Looks nice. Okay, and now we're going to do also some more styling for our courses. So here we have a course open, and let's make it look better. So let's go to courses, show. Okay, now for the course card, we'll need fewer space, and we're going to place the course card on the other side. So here we'll have the details about the course, and here we'll have the lessons. Okay, now let's place this add lesson button under the course, I'd say. So we'll remove it here and place it here. Okay, let's actually still have a break. So a paragraph right here for there to be some space. Okay. Now we're going to leave a little bit less space for the course card. So here we'll have a column 8, and here it's going to be a column 4. Okay, and here we're going to also add the other details about the course. So as you see, we've omitted the details about the language, the level, and the long description of the course. So about the lessons, we are going to add something like a Jumbotron. So a Jumbotron is a Bootstrap class for a really big card. And here we will have something like FA graduation cap. The styles will be H2, and we'll have the course name, the course title, I mean. Okay, and after this we'll have the course description. So not the short description, but the long description. Let's check if it is the long description. Let's also add some rich text editing, like this. So here we're going to have the long description of the course, and we are not going to nest it in the H2. Okay, let's add actually some more space between the name and the description. Like this. So we have the course description. There's going to be the language. We'll put it on top. The course level. And what other fields do we have? Course language level, price. Now we're going to have the price in the sidebar here. It's going to be visible only for users that haven't bought the course yet. Okay, and let's also add some icons for these. Now in our course card, we've commented these two lines. So we had Globe Africa for language. And we had the signal for level. We'll paste in these favicons to make it look a bit better. Okay. We will also add a field last updated at. So we'll see when whenever a course was updated by the creator of the course. So we'll have one more row on top, FA clock. Let's see if we have this sign. Okay, we're going to put a row, and here we will have course updated at. And we'll make some editing for this time field. So we're going to copy it from enrollment created at, just like this. And we are only going to show the date, not the time. So we see the date when the course was last updated. Now let's actually leave just the month. So we're going to have just the month, and it's going to be not April, but third month. Actually, April is fine. But if we wanted to have it just third month, we would put a little m here, like this. Now we'll also make the course name a little bit smaller, so not header 2, but header 3. Okay, and now if we look at this table when it's smaller, we see that we have this information first, and at the very end we have the course card. And we want to have the course card on the very beginning. So for this, we're going to do some magic with our columns. So we're going to give this one an order 0 class, and we're going to give this one an order 1 class, like this. So when we refresh, first thing that we see is the card with our course, and then we see all the other cards. Now let's add another break right here, another paragraph, a paragraph here, and no paragraph is needed after a jumbotron, so that there is some space. Okay, now actually let's add this add lesson button to our course card, for it not to be just hanging around. So we're going back to our show. We'll remove the button from here. I will go to our course card, and next to the other actions, we're going to have this card. This card action. Okay, and we'll make it not a block button. So if a user can add a lesson, he will see this button in the course card always. Now we should have not add course, but course here. And here also. Like this, let's try. Okay, it works. Now, when scrolling down, let's also make this course card be sticky, so it will always be on the top. It's a really nice UI thing, I think. So we are just going to add a sticky top class. So like this. And let's run it once again, and we see that this course is always sticked up on the top. Let's do it like this, and we see that it slightly moves here. So it's always stuck to the top. Now, we don't want to show the lesson content in the course show. We'll make it visible only when a user actually opens the lesson. So we are going to our lessons cards, and we see it looks like this. Now, our first view for the lesson cards is when we open a card, and we are going to create a new lesson view if we are just previewing the lessons that belong to a course. So we are going to our lessons, and we are going to have a lesson preview card. .html.haml .haml. Okay, let's copy our lesson from here. And no, actually we're not going to copy anything. We're going to go to our course show and render not lesson, but lesson preview. So if we render it, we see that there are no lessons loaded. And let's create this lesson preview. So we're going to use the Bootstrap class of list group. We used it for activity already. So let's go to activity.html haml, and we're going to create such a list group in our show action. So list group, then we have our list group items. So each lesson preview is going to be a list group item. Let's go inside, and we have a list group item where we are going to have the content. Okay, let's nest this inside, and let's see if it works. Okay, now we have two lessons and there are two list group items. Let's fill them with content. So we're going to have the lesson title. Okay, now we have the lesson title here. Nice. Let's actually make it a link to the lesson title so that when a user can see the course, he'll be able to go to this link. So it's going to be linked to lesson title, lesson path, lesson. Let's see. Of course, this path doesn't work because there is no lesson path. There is a course lesson path. We're just going to copy this, and we're going to paste this path here. So we have paths to our course lessons. Now let's also add a sign if the user has seen this lesson. So we're going back here, and we're going to add this check mark. Now let's clean it up a bit. Okay, so we see the names of the lessons inside the course, and we can click them and see the actual card of the course. Looks nice. Now let's actually add some kind of text to show that these are our lessons. So we're going to our course show. We will write something like lessons, and we will count the lessons. So add course, lessons count, like this. Now let's make this text bigger. It's going to be a header 3, just like this. And we are going to add this FA tasks sign. So FA tasks. Okay, now let's actually make it even smaller. H4 looks fine. And we're going to also always show the spinner of how much progress the user has had in this course. So we're going to take the add course progress by current user. Let's see, and put it to a number to percentage. And precision 0. Okay, and we're going to pull it to the right. No, we're going to float it to the right. Like this. And we're going to put a spinner sign. So not bad. Now maybe we would also like to list all the reviews to the course. So we're going to create a reviews view on the bottom. Let's copy this style that we had for our lessons and go to the bottom of this column and add something like reviews, course, subscriptions count, enrollments count. Okay. And we're going to render the cards with the enrollments. So the same we did as in home index. Home index. We're going to copy this text with latest reviews. Going back to our course show. And we're going to have something like this. So enrollments with reviews. We're going to paste all the enrollments that have reviews. So each do enrollment, we're going to render the enrollment card. And we're going to add this in our courses controller to declare this enrollments with review. So courses controller. We go to our show action. And here, the enrollments are going to be the enrollments with review. So enrollments with review are course enrollments reviewed. So let's see our enrollment.rb, and we've already created a scope to see if the enrollment has been reviewed. So we are just going to use the scope here. Okay, and now we see the reviews left for this particular enrollment. Oh, for this particular course. Now let's also make them look a bit nicer. So we're going to our show action and we're going to add a comment sign here. Okay. Now we don't have any space between the reviews. So let's add something like this. We're going to add a paragraph between the reviews. Looks better to me. So we have 3 reviews, it says, but 2 of them are shown. Actually, we have 3 enrollments in enrollments count, but 2 that were reviewed. So we're going to show only the ones that were actually reviewed. And we are not going to nest them in the H4 because the text is too big. So let's move it not under the H4. Looks slightly better. And we're going to have not the course enrollments count, but the enrollments with review dot count. Just like this. Now we'll also make the edit and delete buttons for the lesson visible in our lessons preview. So let's go to our lesson. We'll just copy this policy and add it to our lesson preview. Not in the card footer, like this, and we're going to float it to the right. Like this. Not bad. So in this lesson, we worked a lot on styling our courses for them to look nicer. Thank you.